Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video. So we are starting where we have left in our previous video. If you haven't watched the previous video, I will encourage you to go and watch the previous video, or in fact I will encourage you to go and watch the entire course. So in the previous video, if you remember, we did work with all of these operations on strings, what strings are, how you can declare them, how you can print them, how you can find the length of the strings. So in this video we'll look at the indexing and reverse indexing and also slicing of the string. So suppose we have a variable by the name of string which is equal to hello world. So if I'm willing to print it out to the screen, I will just write string and it will print that out to the screen. But if I'm just willing to grab this h from this string, so what I will do, I will write string and then add square brackets in front of it and then write 0, because the index of the string starts with a 0. So if I press shift enter, you will see that it returns the h. If I'm willing to grab this r from this string, so what I would do, I would do the same thing. I will do the same thing by writing string and then square brackets, and inside those square brackets I will count down this string. So this h would be the 0 element, then e would be the first, then second, third, fourth, and then space would be the fifth. As we have already discussed, the space is also a character, and the w would be the sixth, o would be the seventh, and r would be the eighth. So I will come over here and write 8 inside those square brackets and press shift enter. You will see that it will grab this r. So if I'm willing to grab this l character, so there are two ways to do that. The first one would be the way we did with the r. So we will get the string by 9 inside the square brackets. The other way could be by using the reverse indexing, and the reverse indexing would be to come right over here and start with the h as 0 and then come over, the d would be the -1 and l would be the -2. So I will come right over here and write -2, press shift and enter. You will see that it will grab the l with the reverse indexing. And this was the example of reverse indexing. Now let's look at slicing. So if I print out the variable again, you will see that it's storing the hello world inside this variable string. So we have hello world inside it. Or let's make it a little bit easier for ourselves, so that so let's reassign some values to it. So that would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J up to K. And if I press shift enter and print out the string variable, you would see that it's storing the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And we have talked about this, that Python is dynamically typed language. You can reassign any variable, any kind of value, any data structure. You can do that. It's completely fine in Python, which is not the same in other language, something like Java or C++. So we have this string A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. So suppose I'm willing to grab a part of this string. So I want to start with C and go all the way up to the end. So let's first understand that what I can get from this just string, I can also get that from string double colon. And if I press shift enter, you will see that it will return the same thing. So what I can do right over here in order to grab this C would be to start with 0, 1, and 2. So once I do this and press shift and enter, you will see that it's starting with the C and going all the way to the end. If I'm willing to start with the first character, which is A, and end it with C. So what I can do is I can just come over here, remove this 2, and start with 3. A is 0, B is 1, C is 2, and the D is 3. So if I press Shift Enter, you would see that it grabs A, B, C. And for some student, it's a little bit confusing because we are going till this D, but we are not including this D inside our string. So it's the way Python is designed. You don't have you don't need to get confused in this concept. We started with A, which was 0, 1, and 2. We came till D, but we didn't include this D inside that, whose index was 3. So up till now we have seen two things. One is we can start with something and we can go till the end. So in our case, that was we started with C, which was at index 2, and we moved towards the end of the string. And the second thing was we started with C and we came all the way to we started with A and we grabbed the ABC, we ended with the C. So that was string and double colon and up till 3. So these were the two examples we did up till now. Now what we can do is we can combine these two, the start and end thing together, and we can grab a specific slice of this string. Suppose I want to get this D and E. So what I can do right over here is I can write string, and inside square brackets I can start with this. So this would be 0, 1, 2, 3. So I can write 3 and then end the string with I want to grab the D and E, so I want to go up till F. So that would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to go to D would be 3 and it would be 5. And if I press Shift Enter, you would see that it grabbed D and E. If I want to include the F as well, so I will go till 6 and I will press Shift Enter, it will include the E and F as well. So if you remember from our previous video, we also discussed the step size as well, which was the third thing we can provide after a colon. So suppose what I want to do right now, we have this string. Let's print it out in order to remind us what the string is. So we have this string, and suppose I want to grab this A and then leave the B and then grab the C and then leave the D and then grab the E and do all the way to the end. So what I can do, I can just write string and leave the first and second thing as default and then specify the step size as 2. So once I do this and press enter, you would see that it grabbed the A and left the B and then grabbed the C and did something like this till the end of the string. So if I'm willing to grab this A and make the step size to 3, so what I can do is I can write the same thing but just specify instead of 2 the step size as 3. So it will grab this A, then leave B, C, and then grab the D, and then leave the E, F, and then grab the G, and then grab the I, and then after that leave the K, and we don't have any further characters. That's why it ends the string slice right over here. So now combining everything, what we can do is we can start with something, like suppose we can start with C, so that would be 0, 1, 2, that would be 2, and we can end it with J, so that would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we can jump with 2. And if I press Shift Enter, you would see that it will grab this C, E, and G. If you are willing to grab everything, so you can just provide 1 and it will provide C, D, E, F, G, H. So this was a little bit about the reverse indexing, the indexing, and the slicing. So why would you even do this? Like, why would you even need something like this? Because you can do everything without this step size. Okay, like you do understand that the indexing and reverse indexing was useful because in some cases there was some name that you had and you wanted to know about the last character. So what you did was you just grab the last character by writing -1. So that was okay, the reverse indexing. It was also okay that you wanted to grab something with the index. Suppose you wanted to grab the A, E, and F. It was also okay that you wanted to grab some substring in a string or a slice of a string. But why do you even need something like this step size? Well, suppose if you're willing to get the reverse of a string, so you can do that using this step size. Often in interviews, people ask about reversing the string. In JavaScript or in PHP or in other languages, you need to write a for loop or a for each or something like that, and then manually reverse the string by that. But in Python, luckily, you can just write string and add 2 colons and then write -1, and once you press Shift and Enter, it will reverse the string. So this is a little pretty nice trick that you can use in Python, and you can impress your interviewers with your Python skills. So this is pretty much it for this video. Just to recap, in this video we learned about indexing, reverse indexing, and slicing. We also learned how to get a slice of a string by start, end, and step size. So this is pretty much it for this video. If in the next video we will be looking at some more string operations, so stay tuned. This channel is all about ethical hacking and programming. If you're interested in learning that, consider subscribing. And till next time, enjoy hacking. Stay cheeky breaky. Peace out.